What is for certain is we're a country that allows peaceful protest, but we're not a country that allows the celebration of murder or slogans in our street that are deeply, deeply insightful.
Nigel Farage confronts David Lammy over his latest remarks in Manchester. You're not going to believe what just unfolded. Because while everyone was busy talking about the latest polls, cabinet reshuffles, and all the noise coming out of Westminster, something else was happening in Manchester, something that pulled Nigel Farage straight into the spotlight. And when he heard what David Lammy had just said, Farage didn't wait, didn't soften his tone, didn't dance around his reaction. No, he went straight in, directly, sharply, and with that unmistakable Farage energy. And suddenly the entire political conversation shifted. Let's get into exactly what happened, because this moment is already sparking debates across the country. It all started during a community-focused town hall meeting in central Manchester, where David Lammy was addressing concerns about regional funding, policing pressure, and public frustration over ongoing disruptions in the city. Lammy spoke with emotion, even vulnerability. He said Manchester deserved consistency, he said people were tired, and he suggested that national figures needed to listen more carefully to local concerns. That alone wasn't controversial. But then he added a single line that turned everything upside down. He said, "Some of the loudest voices criticizing Manchester aren't actually helping the situation, they're inflaming it." That was the moment, because people immediately assumed he was referring even indirectly to Nigel Farage, who has been vocal about Manchester's challenges for months. The clip spread fast. Very fast. Within minutes, Farage saw it, and he didn't hold back. Farage took to his evening broadcast live and said, "If David Lammy thinks pointing out real issues is inflaming things, then he's missed the entire point. People want answers, not defensiveness." He went further, in that controlled, sharp way he's known for. Manchester residents aren't imagining their concerns. They're living them. And if raising questions is now inflaming, then what exactly does he expect? Silence. You could hear the firmness in his voice, the sense that this wasn't just political back and forth. It was personal frustration at being indirectly singled out. And just like that, the story exploded. This isn't just a disagreement between two political figures. This moment reveals something deeper, a growing divide over how public concern is handled, who gets to speak on behalf of communities, and whether criticism is seen as constructive or confrontational. Lammy is trying to emphasize stability and calm. Farage is leaning into accountability and blunt realism. Both strategies resonate with different parts of the country, and when they collide, sparks fly. A political commentator on LBC put it this way: Lammy and Farage represent two very different philosophies. One says, protect unity. The other says, speak the hard truths. Their approaches were bound to clash eventually. And today, that clash arrived. Reactions from political insiders have been rolling in rapidly. A senior Labour aide told a local Manchester outlet, David wasn't attacking individuals. He was expressing tiredness on behalf of the community. Meanwhile, a Reform UK insider fired back. Farage is saying what Manchester residents say privately every day. If that's inflaming, then we're in trouble. Even neutral analysts are weighing in. A political strategist wrote, Lammy's tone showed frustration. Farage's tone showed confidence. That contrast is what people are responding to. And they're right, it's not just what was said, it's how each man delivered it. Once the clips hit TikTok, X, and Facebook, the divide became instantly visible. One user tweeted, Farage is saying what we're all thinking. Manchester needs honesty. Another countered, Lammy is trying to calm things down. Farage just stirs the pot. A local Manchester resident wrote, We're tired. Anyone who talks about our city should spend time here, then comment. And that's the interesting part, the public isn't simply choosing sides. They're expressing something deeper. Something both leaders are touching on but from opposite angles. This isn't just political tension. It's emotional tension. And that's why the clip has gone viral. As usual, once social media ignites, mainstream media follows. BBC analysts covered it with caution. Sky News highlighted the contrasting tones. GB News, unsurprisingly, amplified Farage's side. One journalist wrote, "This is a small moment, but it reveals a bigger conversation happening across Britain about frustration, representation, and who speaks for whom." And they're absolutely right. Here's where things get interesting. This confrontation isn't going away anytime soon. If anything, it's just beginning. Farage may double down. Lammy may clarify his comments. Manchester leaders might step in publicly. Political narratives may shift again within days. And the bigger question hangs in the air like a storm cloud. If one town hall meeting sparked this level of national reaction, what happens when the next headline drops? Because moments like this, the sharp ones, the unexpected ones, tend to snowball. And by the looks of it, this snowball is only beginning to roll.